Morning. I want to try something different today. I got this here, New Skin. It's supposed to be like a liquid band-aid, and I was thinking about using it on my wrist right there to protect it because my band for my watch, I've got it all nice and clean, you know, so there ain't nothing there. But I feel naked with not having my watch on, and there I can't find a band that would go with this watch that it isn't this type of rubber thing. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to spray that New Skin on my wrist and let it dry completely. It's supposed to seal it. It prevents infection, minor cuts, scrapes, flexible seal, hard to cover places. But it's called New Skin. And I was going to spray it on my wrist and then let it dry completely. Either that or I was going to get like a Band-Aid and put a Band-Aid over that area so that it's like cushion between my wrist and the strap. Anyways, I said I would never get political on my videos. I'm not going to do that. Everybody's entitled to their beliefs. Everybody's entitled to whoever they want to support. There's just one thing that is really, really bothering me. And I go on Facebook and I scroll and I watch videos. Some things just irk me to the core. And I guess it's everybody's prerogative to say what they want. You know, you got the First Amendment. You got anybody is allowed to say what they want. But when that guy that fought at that thing that was at the White House, to me that was a shit show. But anyways, when he goes up there and grabs the mic and makes a comment that Michelle Obama is a man, ain't that right? And everybody cheered. Does he realize how stupid he looked? How ridiculous? Did he think, okay, Michelle Obama has two daughters. They work, they go to school. Can you imagine those poor girls going to school or going to work and having somebody walk up and say, "Did you hear what he said about your mom?" No. Does that man even think before he opened his fat freaking mouth? That was wrong. That was wrong in so many levels. She has made speeches where she's going to rise above the dirt that happens when people shovel it, which is admirable. Some people can do that. Some people lose their temper pretty quick, and I would fall under that category. But I think she should go after him. I think she should, for defamation, sue him. Go after his ass. He thought he was so funny. He thought he was cheering everybody on. All those freaking rednecks are running their mouths. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that was wrong. That was so freaking wrong on so many levels. You know, and it doesn't even matter whether I like the Obamas or don't like the Obamas, or it has nothing to do with how I feel about the Obamas. It has to do with being a decent human being, and you don't say shit like that. You do not make comments like that. You know there was people all over the world watching this shit. That was... I need to get off it because all I'm doing is causing my blood pressure to go up, 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 and then I'm going to explode. I'm going to get off the kick because if I don't, I will probably say things I shouldn't say. But that was just... I see these stories and I'm scrolling. Everybody does it. They're scrolling through Facebook and they're seeing one comment after another. And I go on TikTok too. I don't just stay on Facebook because I know how Facebook is. A certain person and their beliefs and what they look at, they'll get more of that on their Facebook. You don't get both sides. Like you don't get ads from CNN and then ads from Fox News. You don't get ads from MS Now and then Fox News or whatever some of the other things are. I don't watch that shit. I get so worked up when I see stuff like that. So I don't watch it. But for that man to do that, that was on so many levels wrong. And I really hope instead of her saying I'm going to be the bigger person and rise above, no, honey, you need to go after his ass. That was wrong. And you need to start letting people see. All this stuff started Okay, I'm getting off it now because I know I'm gonna. Anyways, today Jeff's at physical therapy right now, and when he gets back, he changed my knob out on my Cooper shifter, and he has to pull the whatever the like the leather casing around it. He has to pull it up and hook it up. And he said as soon as he does that, my car's good to go. And he even took it last night and filled it up with gas. I like it when he does that. That's one thing I can say about my husband. He don't like cars getting below a half a tank, no matter which vehicle it is. If he's in a vehicle and it's below a half a tank, he's putting gas in it. I never have to put gas in it. Anyways, I'm going to take Addie. If anybody lives in the state park or Michigan and knows where the state park is in Bay City, there's the splash pad where you can take kids to play in the water. Off to that is like a playscape that they just built a couple years ago. It's really nice, all kinds of new stuff over there. But if you go to the far end of the, not towards where I used to live, but going the opposite way, all the way to the very last parking lot, there is, I want to say it's a nature center. And I know that they have stuffed animals in there showing this is what a beaver looks like. It's like a little museum type thing. But they also have live stuff because I had this, when I lived right there on Bayshore, I had a tree frog that got come onto the deck, and he was pretty much there the whole summer. And then when it started getting cold, and he didn't go. Normally frogs will go burrow down in the ground somewhere and hibernate. He didn't do that. He stayed, and he was like freezing on my deck. And I couldn't have that. So I had this tank. My son Jake had these little lizards, and I got a tank. So I brought the tree frog in the house, and I put it in the tank. And I got it stuff to eat. I went to the pet store. So I kept that thing alive for the whole winter. And in the spring, I went there with the tree frog and told them, I even gave them the tank. I said, this tree frog was on my porch all last summer, and I kept it alive all winter long in the house. It didn't hibernate, it stayed alive. But I want to donate it because they had an exhibit that had all these different kinds of frogs and toads. And so I said, can I donate it? And they're like, yeah. I says, well, I want to donate everything. I had food, I had the tank, I had stuff inside the tank for it. I had like this gravel stuff on the bottom. It was like almost like a sandy gravel. I donated the whole thing, all of it to them. And they liked it. And I even went there a couple times during that next year to see the frog. And they actually put it in with some other tree frogs. And so I want to go back there. I haven't been there. It has to be 13, 14 years since I've been in that part. And I know they have like a stuffed bobcat. I know they got a beaver, a fox, stuff that native to Michigan. They had a bunch of stuff like that. Then, they even have a little store inside there, gift novelty type thing. And then, because I bought a book from there one time that had all the different bird species in Michigan. Because that's what I use whenever I seen a new bird. I whoa, what the heck was that? And I look it up until I found it. But if you go through it, there's a door to come in the one way, and then you can go through out to the back, and there's like benches and little garden, and there's a trail. And if you take the trail and you go all the way back behind these ponds, I think they had tables set up where they had like a dock that you could go on. People could fish out there. So I haven't been back there in I don't know how long, and I only got Addie till her parents get out of work. So I wanted to do something today. I got laundry going now. Whoever it was that told me that I should put like a maxi pad inside of the diaper thing, the belly band for Harley, I love you. I absolutely love you. Last night, Harley started making noises, and Jeff said to me, I think he wants to go out. I think this was like 3 o'clock. I says, okay. And I started to get up. He goes, no, I'll do it. I says, okay. He goes, how do I get this thing off him? Because he had his belly band on. I said, it Velcro's on the back. He grabs it and undoes it. And as soon as he released it, he's like, oh my God. And I'm, what? He goes, too late. He already went. And it's like I sat up. If it wasn't for that maxi pad, is the amount of pee that was inside that belly band would have been on my bed. But it absorbed it in the maxi pad. So basically all I had to wash was that, a belly band thing. So we took him out. The only bad thing is now he needs a bath because, of course, having that on, his fur was damp. So we took him out. He went pee again. Then he came in, and I got a towel, and I started drying him all off on his belly, because it wraps around. You know how belly bands are for male dogs. It wraps around and Velcro's in the back, and it was all wet. So therefore, it was all wet on his skin, on his fur. So he's got to have a bath. And I've got the load in right now. So before the next load, I have this little thing. It sets up. I'll even take a video of it, unless I can grab it and pull it out now. It's a thing because my bathtub is, Jeff's got his pants on it. Nice job there, bud. My bathtub is one of those giant bathtubs. And watch out, baby girl. My dogs can't go in it. So I got this thing here, which let me see if I can open it. Ugh. There we go. Now, I'll turn it around. Okay, and this is turned around the wrong way, obviously. But this is my bathtub, and it's too slippery around the sides, and I can't really turn it this way. I can't put Harley in it because he can't pull. He scratches the sides of the tub. So I don't put him in there. I put him in this thing Jeff got me. This here is for like hooking to him for the puppies. And then it's got a plug inside. And then it's got the tube, which I can't find now. Here it is. The tube that goes down and drains into the tub. And then my shower, I'm basically setting it all up to be able to do it. Oh my God. This is the shower thing for my tub. It's the wand part. That's what I'm trying to say. But I get the thing the right temperature. Then I have it on this, and I set it right inside here. And then I get them wet, and I put his shampoos right here, which are all. This makes a lot of noise because of the jewelry. But there's all their shampoos. So I have that for them. That's what makes all the noise every time I open up my thing. See? Now if I'd only wear jewelry. Anyways, this is where he will get his bath. And then when he's done, I just open the plug up and it drains down into the tub. And then I rinse it out with the wand. I spray everything down and then I let it dry completely. And then I dry him off. And if there's any mess on the floor, it's okay because it's wood floor. But that's how I have to give him a bath because he can't get into my tub. And that's the only tub in the house because the one bathroom that's off the utility room is just a toilet and a sink. The other bathroom, the middle bathroom, is a stand-up shower and a sink and toilet. And then my bathroom is the one that's got the tub in it. So poor Harley couldn't hold it last night, but at least it was just in his little belly band and on the pad, which saved my life. Otherwise, my bed would be getting washed in. I'm telling you, I've already done it twice this week. If I have to do it again, I'm going to freaking lose my mind because that's a lot of having to do bedding. So, I got the dogs out there on their porch. Don't mind the music, but there's Addie's out there. Now, there's the granddaughter out here with the dogs on the bed. Hey, Addie. Addie. Addie! She's still in her jammies. But this is the porch that everybody likes to hang out at. You got my poor little Harley who's sitting here who needs to have a bath, but I'm going to wait till the wash machine goes through its load or its cycle. When it gets to the drying cycle, then I'll give him his bath because then I'm going to have a ton of towels. It takes 2 large towels for one dog, and I've got 4. And when I have to give one a bath, they all get a bath. So all my dogs are getting baths today. But when Jeff gets back, I'm going to have him. He's going to finish fixing my car, and then we're going to go to the, I want to say it's Nature Center by the state park. And then I'm taking Addie there. Because I asked her if she's seen it before. She says she thinks, but she's not sure. She's been to the water park dozens of times. We were looking at videos last night. She was like, none of that video, you just posted it. I said, yeah. And she goes, you already got 1,000 views. And I said, yeah. She goes, wow, that's good. Yeah, I think so too. So then she says, do you have a video of something? I said, hold on. So I started scrolling my videos. I got all the way back to where she was a baby. Literal baby, because her and Carter are only 2 months different, and I used to babysit them both at the same time. Tell me I wasn't nuts, but I used to watch the grandkids all the time. Their parents worked, I watched the grandkids, and I never made nobody pay me. Well, like Dominique and Amanda and Natalie, they would bring snacks and stuff over and leave it at my house for the kids because I had the kids so much. And then Emily, Danny's little sister, I got pictures of her when she was a baby before she could even talk. And then, because Addie's close with Emily. So it was just, we were looking at videos and laughing at them last night. Some of them when she's a little baby. And I got pictures of her sitting on Papa's lap and him reading her a book. And as soon as he was done with the book, she climbs off his lap and takes the book from him, comes to me, and hands it to me. I'm like, no, I'm not reading it to you. He just read it to you. But it was fun watching those videos last night with her. So I'm going to just go ahead and start getting things ready for bath time for the pup, for Harley. Get that mess off his skin. Spray that stuff on my arm and make sure it dries good before I try to put my watch on because I feel naked without it. And I know that new Band-Aid stuff, that spray, is waterproof, so I don't have to worry about when I'm giving him his bath. So I'm sorry about the being boisterous about my opinion about certain things, because I always said I was not going to get political, and I'm not going to do that, but I just think that whole shit show was not, there was no benefit to that. It was all just a shit show. And then for him to say stuff like that about Michelle Obama, whether you like that woman or not, that was wrong. So I said my piece, and that was my opinion. And if I offend anybody, I'm sorry. But when I scroll through Facebook and I see these comments and people, so you got a lot of people think that guy is the dumbest person in the world. He's been punched so many freaking times in the head. That's the only kind of stupid shit that comes out of his mouth. Then you got people that think he's the greatest thing in the world and he's got the guts to actually say it. Everybody thinks it, but nobody had the guts to say. No, that's not. Never mind. Stop it now. Okay, I'm gonna get stuff done around here, and then I am going to take her to that nature center, and then I will come back later and talk. And I'm sorry if I offended anybody. That's not my thing, but like I said, sorry I can be a boisterous person. All right, everybody have a great day. And it is beautiful out. It's not too hot where it's driving you freaking nuts, but it's cool enough or that I've got shorts on. Oh, remember that bathing suit thing I have? This is another one of those tops. Comes down and covers my belly. I can wear it with shorts, and plus there is a pair of shorts that go with it that looks like this here with the black and the white polka dot. But it's like a bathing suit. This is what it looks like. It is a bathing suit. This is a bathing suit that covers that mirror sucks. It's a bathing suit that covers your body, but you can swim in it. I don't know if you can see. But it's comfortable, and I'm going to be out in the sun, so I like it. I know people are going, why are you wearing such things? My husband says, you shouldn't wear nothing really tight on your stomach because it kind of shows how big your belly is. And I said, you say something like that again and I'm going to beat your ass when you're sleeping with a baseball bat. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that to him. And he's not mean. He just is him. That's a nice looking vehicle. But anyways, I will come back later and let everybody know what's going on. I hope everybody's having a great day. Bye for now.